We have been working for years on this in all corners of the company, and now we see everything come through in Skive. We are doing testing and we are meeting the specs. It's pretty fantastic. It's a dream come true. Our system architect, lead engineers have had to believe that we really have made something cool, a strong design philosophy, software, process, mechanically, everything. But honestly, until we have a test, it's only birds on the roof. The key enabler for having a successful performance test has definitely been that we have done a massive testing on sub-component level up till the performance test. Settings on components, set points and things like that, it's the first time we're doing everything. We have spent a lot of time on that, making sure that by the end of December we added light to the unit, added power. Now we could produce hydrogen, and before we came to this point, we need to make sure that all safety functions are working right in all corners of the process window. So we have had hundreds of shutdowns provoked by all things we could think of, making sure that the unit can close down safe no matter what, and automatically. And right now we are at the stage where the system is running at nominal pressure, full load, and we don't see shutdowns. When I think about it, back to the week where we were running towards a full production level, it was very intense. The very day when we reach 100%, it's just fantastic. With the recent test, we have shown that it is a damn good electrolyser. We can ramp it up and reach a level, it stays there in seconds. It's damn hard not to be proud as a project manager here, being part of all this. This is fantastic. Sure, this is a prototype, and the whole idea about a prototype is to gain knowledge and experience and put it into our commercial Mark I. The coming test will be a period of optimization test where we try to tweak and twist everything to get the last bit out of what we have in Skive. And then in parallel we are running a reliability test, simply getting as many hours as possible on the unit to make sure that everything is reliable and running as planned.
I'm very excited about the performance of the X-Series Mark 0 at this point. It took a lot of time to get the integration right because it's a different animal than the A-Series electrolyser that is plug and play. This one needs a great deal of site preparation, but when we turned it on for the first time, everything went so smooth. The absolute highlight in this project so far for me was the third day of operation. So on the first day, we had some trouble with the interconnection with the power supply that we could not foresee until we turned on the power supply. On the second day, we had some setup in the process system. On the third day, it just turned on and we were operational for almost the entire day and turned on and off the electrolyser on demand. That was brilliant. So on a technical level, I think two main topics have been proven with the Mark 0. First of all, the multi-stack setup where we have multiple stacks in one electrolyser to really enable cost out. And the second is the entire control system was revised to enable support of this multi-stack setup. And both could really go wrong if we hadn't thought it through, and it turns out to work. And that was what I was personally most concerned about, but it turns out very well. My confidence in the X-Series remained very high, especially after we've seen the Mark 0 in operation. The stability and the ability to ramp up and down in load is just impeccable. Of course, we've already learned a lot bringing the Mark 0 into operation, and we want to include those learnings in Mark 1. And that could be point-wise improvements to sensors or process control, the tweaks. We've also made it a little bit more spacious to improve the serviceability and bring down the takt time in the production. I think really Mark 1 is going to be very stable. So it really brings us into a different league.